In the previous video, we built a simple block in React where user could view and search post. But what if you have many posts? Scrolling through all of them is not the best experience. In this video, we will take our project to the next level by adding pagination and navigate through our blog. Plus, we will set up React Router to create a separate page for each blog post. By the end of the tutorial, your blog will be more user-friendly and more structured. So if you are ready, let's get it. To create a single post page, we need to set up routing in our application. First, let's install the React Router package. For that, open your terminal and run the command npm install React Router. After we open main.js6 file where we have our root component, and here we need to wrap our application with a special component that comes from React Router package. So what we need to do here, we just wrap everything with first browser router component and the special roads. Okay, as you can see, both of them comes from React Router package. And inside, we just define the roads or pages that we need in our application. It's easy to set up. We just need to create the road and specify path and the element. So this is like URL in our application, and we need to specify what element or component we would like to open when we come to this path. And I will add one more road in our application, posts/id. So this is exact page where we'll see the single post component. Next, let's create this component. I go to the component folder and create a new file, single-post.js6. This is a file where we handle fetching and displaying a single post page. So for that, we need to add first, I will take the ID from URL params. This is ID of our post. I will show you later what is it. And also we need to add some state for our post information, and of course use effect where we fetch the data. So it's just simple fetch okay, HTTPS dummy JSON. Okay, so as you can see, I will use this post ID from our URL params for fetching the exact post. And of course, we'll add this one, and maybe some catch for the errors. So when we have the information with our post, we just add it to our state, and looks like we have everything that we need, and we can create HTML for this page. So let div with a class name single post. Also another div with a class name single post content. Now we'll have post title and post image. For post image, I will use style with background image, background Probably we need another URL. This URL will be Damage.json doesn't have image in the post data, so we need to actually create another URL. I will create probably Damage.json image. Slash and maybe add some text for that. Okay, maybe post title. We'll check it later. And also I will add post tags. So for each tag, probably I will create some button with the class name post tag. Oops. Okay, we need also the key. This one is okay, and now we add post body. The last thing we need, we'll add likes and views. Probably for that I will create a separate component. I will call that one post content info. Now let's create this component. I'll create another file, and in this file, it's just a simple component. I will add div with a class name post content info, div with the image. This is image for likes. First of all, we need to import some icons. This is for likes, and also we'll add some information. Post reactions likes. Okay, we need the props, post reactions likes, and another one for views. Views post. Now we can import this file. Okay, let's run npm run dev, run our application, and see if everything works correctly. This is our previous page. So actually we already have, we don't have actually, we need to also save this file and import everything. Now we have the error. Let me quickly check what is the error. Okay, something with the import of our files. Of course, we don't have images, we have assets. Okay. As you can see, the homepage is working as expected as it was before, but we don't have actually the link to our single post page. But we could go directly to that page, just typing its URL. Post, for example, with ID 1. If we open, probably we have some error. Yes, we have error. Let's go back to our single post. Basically, it says that we don't have posts on the page and trying to get property title null, so we don't have that post because we're doing fetch, and before that fetch we're trying to render the information. So let's create some loading state here. We'll type, if we don't have post, we just return some loading state. Okay, and with that, if I reload the page, we see loading state, and after that we will see the fetch with our response, and after that we just show the information. But another thing, we don't have the header and footer on this page. If we go back to the home page, you will see our header, you will see the footer, but on the single post page we don't have that. Let's add it. Actually, we could add header and footer directly in our single post page, in our single post component, but not the best solution. Instead of that, I will create a special road with a layout for all our pages, for all our roads. So for that, all that we need to do, just we need to create another road with the element that will be called page layout. Okay, this is our road. We need to wrap everything. So what is the component? Let's create this component. It will be just the simple component. Inside of this component, we of course will render header, we will render footer, and also we need to render the special component. It's called outlet. So this is like a placeholder where our component from the router will be rendered. And now all we need to do just import this layout. So actually this is layout for each our router, for each component from that router. If we go back to our page, now you can see I reload the page, we can see footer, we can see header on our single post page. But if we go back to our home page, we see that header was rendered 2 times and the footer also. Why we have this? Because we render first header from layout and the second header and footer from this app component. So all we need to do, just remove it here and here, and yeah, that's all. Now we need to add links to all of our posts to open our single pages. For that, we go back to, I'll close everything, actually in app.js6, and yeah, we need the block list. So this is components that render, no, we need item. Yeah, this is the components that render this piece of UI. We add the link to our single post page. What is the link? Link, this is another component, comes from React Router. This will create a link on our page that will open the special road. This road we need to add in the special props too. So you could see that we actually we type here the same road that we have in main.js6, so like this one, but instead of placeholder ID, I will add the actual ID of our post. So for each post we'll create the correct URL. And I will add read more link. Now we have read more link, and we could open the single post page, and as you can see, it works like it should work in the single post page application. Another thing I will update, instead of this code, I will add post content info. Okay, because this is the same. Okay, we just need to fix, yes, we need to fix it a little. So we'll create a separate div here, okay, to have the space. Next thing we will add to our application, it's a pagination. And for that, first I will close everything and go to app.js6. So first we need to add the logic, how we'll show or display our pages on, our posts on the page. For that, I will create another state. I will call it current page. So when we open our home page or block list, we'll open the page, the first page. And also I will add special variable called posts per page, but I will add with use memo 5, or let's add 10. So
we will show exactly 10 posts on each page. Now we need to change a little our fetch URL. So instead of this limit equal 10, we will use our variable post per page, and also I will add another parameter, it's called skip. So we will skip some amount of posts for each page. For example, if we open the page 1, the first page, we don't need to skip any posts. But if we open the second page, the parameter current, it should be current page. The current page will be 2, so we will skip post pages, multiple ones, so we will skip first 10 posts. So on the second page, we skip 10 posts and show the next 10 posts. This is how the pagination will work, and also we need to add dependencies, current pages and post per page. Now let's render the pagination buttons. So after our block list, I will add the component with the buttons, but we will render that buttons only if we have the post on the page. So we need to add filtered posts. If filtered posts length greater than 0, only then we will render, we'll say block pagination. Okay, for this component we need to use current page, set current page, and also let's calculate total pages. Let me check filtered post length. Yeah, it should work. Now let's create this component. In the component folder, again, create this file, block pagination div with the class name pagination. Don't forget the props, total pages, current page, and set current page. Array, oh, wait. So array from length total pages. I'll probably do just another array. Oh, yes, I like this one. Through pages. And for each page we need to actually create the button, and this button will have some properties. So first of all, we need the key with the page. Okay, let's say the same page +1, we need on click, and also I will add disabled state. Okay, it looks fine. So what we have here, when we click on this button from the pagination, we set a new current page. When the current page is equal to our page +1, so we'll disable this button. Let's check if everything is correct and works fine. So just don't forget to import all dependencies. Now go to the page. Okay, we have just one button. It's not the correct one. We need to find what is the issue. Okay, the main issue here is that we don't need to use filtered post for total pages. We need to calculate the amount of our total pages that we have after we fetch the post. So this is not the correct information, and also we could check what we have in our posts. So I will log just our posts and see. Yeah, we already see that we have just 10 posts. Actually, this is a post that we render on the page, but we need to know the quantity of all posts that we could fetch. For that, we need to change a little this fetch and exactly where we set our post. So instead of get just the array with the post to our state, we need to get all the data. So if I change, but probably it will crash the application, but we will fix it. So now you can see that we have all the information. We have posts, but this is the post with this limit, with skip, with everything. But also we see that we have the total amount of the pages, or sorry, of the posts. And now instead of filtered post length, we could use posts total. Okay, but we need also fix, we have some errors here, so we need to fix this one. First of all, while we have all the data, so in the post where we use posts, we need to update it like post.posts. Let's check. Looks like we have another error in the block list JSX. Okay, let's go to the block list. So here I think we need to wait post should be fine. Okay, yes, now we don't have errors. What is this? This is about key. Okay, can ignore it for now. We have read more, that one works, but we need, okay, I'll close for now. Let's test. We have many buttons, so we have basically 26 pages. I will open probably the network to see if we have some errors in the network. Okay, looks like it works. We have post limit 10, skip 10. Okay, this is the second page. We have limit 10, skip 20. Yes, so we have now pages, we have read more. Of course, we don't save the state for the page. If we go, for example, on some page 5 and then open the single post page and go back, for example, we don't save that, but I will leave that one for you. You could practice and fix this moment. So we have single post page, we added routing, we added pagination to our blog. Also, we probably still have, let me check. Yes, we still have a filter, but of course that filter doesn't work with the pagination because we have only one post from our filter, but still we see 26 pages. Maybe the last thing I would like to add, this is the router link to our navigation, because for example, if we go to the single post page and after that we go through our navigation, we go to the home page, you'll see that it was the page reloading. We actually don't need that one, and we could go to our header, and instead of using just a tag, we could change it to link. Now let's test. We go home, and yes, as you can see, we don't have page reloading anymore. I will not add the same link to our other pages because it just a placeholders. It's actually not the pages, just the links to the same home page. So in this video, we enhanced our blog by adding pagination buttons. Also, we add individual post page using React Router, and in the next videos, or probably if you would like to improve this application, I would suggest to add some user interaction features. It could be likes button, creating the comments, and of course we could add another page with the form for post creation.